Hi everybody, welcome back to We Are Freedomhouse. It's Ryan and
Baz.
Hello Baz. We have the incredible privilege of discussing two more amazing values. But just to remind you very quickly, the big idea of why we exist is for the sake of bringing the kingdom of God. And we use a big idea strapline called As It Is in Heaven. And you would recall us chatting a little bit about that. But that big idea is unlocked as we basically unlock people's lives to transform the world. And that's how we land all this exciting stuff. But at the end of the day, we want to do it in a particular fashion. And today, as we want to see the kingdom of God come, unlocking people's lives, we want to make sure that we multiply and we go with God. And so we today are discussing multiplication and going. And it's a real treat to be with my friend Baz, someone who I love and respect deeply, who's a key leader in this community. And Baz, multiplication, that's really the heart of God. These aren't clever one-line ideas that we are making up that are cute and kind of cool. It's the essence of the gospel, both multiplication and going. And if we look at Genesis 1, Baz, the very thing that God does is he replicates after himself. And the very first chapter of the good book, we see how everything replicates after its own kind, because all healthy things produce fruit.
Yeah.
And right in the beginning, God says, be fruitful and increase and fill the earth. This grand idea of filling the earth is born out of fruitfulness. And one of the things that we hold dear in Freedomhouse is that truth, that all healthy things are fruitful. They produce after themselves. That means we don't keep it to ourselves and for ourselves. We are life-giving, self-replicating, fruitful people. And as we are fruitful, we fill the earth. This mission to fill the earth happens as a result of being fruitful. And one of the things that we've been talking about at length for the last little while is discipleship. The big idea in being fruitful and replicating after ourselves is discipleship. And it sounds like a big term, everybody, but if you're new to Freedomhouse, you're going to hear that word spoken over and over again. You don't need a PhD to disciple somebody. It's the normal Christian life. And we get to replicate the good stuff of Jesus, the nature of Jesus, inside of ourselves with people around us. Baz, multiplication, it's a big deal. I know that you've got some really exciting thoughts around multiplication and going. Do you want to just share some of your exciting Greek thoughts?
Absolutely. Firstly, thanks, Ryan. It's a joy and privilege to be with you.
Yeah, thanks.
And I think I'll go back one or two steps just to the heart of God.
Yeah.
I love the idea of multiplication and the healthy things growing. We've seen a tremendous health at Freedomhouse, and it's not something we want to keep to ourselves. Multiplication is something that is the heart of God, and it's for expansion.
Absolutely.
So for me, the wonderful idea begins with Genesis 12. So I'd like to just read that and talk about the Father's heart briefly. So Genesis 12, verse 1 to 3, it's the call of Abraham. And the Lord had said to Abraham, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you.
Yeah.
And I just love that idea. It's such a powerful line, that last phrase, you will be a blessing to all nations.
Amen.
All peoples will be blessed through you. So Paul the Apostle mentions that in Galatians chapter 3. He says the gospel was announced to Abraham. We talk a lot about the gospel,
gospel
at
in
Freedomhouse.
advance.
And the gospel is you will be a blessing to all nations.
Yes.
I just love the bigness of that phrase.
I love that.
It's the Father's heart for the planet.
That's right.
I want you to, it's His will. It's His desire. It's His pleasure to see us as Christians, as His representatives, as His children, sons, daughters, blessing the whole world.
Yeah.
And so it's such a big idea. I love that. It excites me. I'm even getting excited just
And
talking about it.
And Baz, it's interconnected. Hey, we're talking about the importance of going, but going is born out of fruitfulness. And even what you have presented now in Abraham and Sarah, their mandate was to be a mum and a dad, to be fruitful in having children. And in their fruitfulness, they were to fill the earth and go.
Wonderful.
It's so exciting.
Such a big idea.
Yeah.
And so on the one hand, Genesis 12 just expands our heart for the things of the world. Big view.
Yes.
Not just
global
view. That's a world view. You will be a blessing to all nations.
Yeah.
And then along with John 3:16,
yes,
which for me is the Father's heart again. His heart comes through so powerfully in John 3:16.
Yeah.
I know it so
John,
well.
For God
so loved the world.
Everybody does know it, I
do know it, yeah. For God so loved the world that he gave his son. You see his heart, the heart of the Father. He's giving his son. But for who? Not just for a few elect, but the whole world. He just has this overflowing heart of love and compassion. And he's got a big idea as well and a big plan for planet Earth. So that's part of our culture at Freedomhouse, isn't it? We want to see our lives take on a big world view, not just my little church and my little family and my little school and my little town of Belito. All those are important, and they're wonderful, but the Father's heart is just so it's so big.
And for those of you that are joining Freedom House, maybe been around for a little while, or maybe considering being a part of the family, one of the things that you'll notice, hey Baz, in how we do things is every moment that we gather together really counts, because we believe that multiplication, replication, fruitfulness is a big deal. That means equipping people to live the Jesus life is top class for us. It's something that is really important for us. We're not here to put on a show when we gather together. We really want to equip people to live the Jesus life. Whether it's you and I having a discussion, whether we are gathering together on Sunday to have a beautiful celebration Sunday moment, or a prayer time, or at a home group, we're equipping people to live the Jesus life. So that in all of life, Baz, we are going.
The heart behind multiplication, people are afraid of the word missionary traditionally. It's like, oh no, there he goes again. He wants me to go to Timbuktu, into this dangerous, dark place, and preach the gospel there, you know. And of course there is that. But the heart behind multiplication, this heart of every one of us as a missionary, is being effective. The heart of multiplication, the heart of the Father for global influence starts at home. It starts in your place of influence. It's not a geographical location, multiplication or going. It is a heart attitude.
It's a posture.
And the fruit of that heart translates into some activity and action, obviously.
Brilliant.
But we can all, and we are all required to contribute and participate in this wonderful big picture of multiplication and going into all the world.
And the cool thing is, Baz, if we can see every little moment with the Lord as a going moment. We're going with God, whether it's a boardroom or on a building site or boarding an airplane. Or and we see every moment as a moment of multiplication. If we allow God to walk with us through those moments and take good decisions with Him in the safe country, He might call us to pack our bags and go to the end of the world. We've done that. You know, Melissa and I, our family, we've done that twice. But those big calls were easier to take because we were making calls in the safe country with the Lord, with family, in everyday life. And so it's not that we wanting to get everyone on an airplane and go to Timbuktu. Many of us will feel that call, and some of us will plant churches. But if we can bring our businesses and our finances and our family decisions under the mandate of multiplication and going, and live like that,
Yeah,
We are going to fill the earth.
absolutely.
It's so very exciting. Hey, Baz.
I find it very exciting.
So in our conversations, and whether it's on Sunday or whether it's one-on-one, we are not going to tone things down to make people feel comfortable. We are constantly looking beyond ourselves, and we're equipping everybody to live that life. And we talk about that all the time.
That's such a healthy attitude.
Yeah, because we're not building for Belito. We're building for the ends of the earth. And some will stay at home base, and some will go. Some will create those, what we've said over and over again, beachheads of kingdom light and life.
Absolutely.
From business people saying, how can my next business venture open the door for the kingdom of God? That's a multiplication value.
Absolutely.
That's a going way of thinking.
Yeah.
Or myself and others saying, how can we plant churches? Whether it's Gradful or Greece, it's the same thing.
Absolutely.
It's exciting, Baz.
It's very exciting. For me, there are two ingredients for action. The one is having the right heart, and the other one is seeing the need.
Good, Baz.
What stirred me into action was both ingredients.
Very good.
So the first ingredient, the heart of the Father, big world view.
Yeah.
Man, I love this world. I love this planet.
I love every
I'm going to
person.
contribute. I'm going to be involved in stewarding well,
Yes.
looking after food sources,
Good.
looking after others. The whole planet in its entirety is important to God.
Outstanding.
You know.
Yeah.
But now I look at the world. There's a writhing world around me. The more we see the world around us, surely the greater should be the call pulling us into actually action.
Yeah.
And we're going, man, God hasn't left us powerless on this planet.
Yeah.
He hasn't left us waiting at the rapture bus stop,
Yes.
waiting. I'm just going to bide my time. I'm going to go and find a quiet place in some corner of the world, hide from all the problems until Jesus comes back. I'm actually going, no, man, I'm part of the solution.
Yeah.
So you look at the heart, the Father's heart. I see the need of the world. And we're not talking about just starting a soup kitchen. We're not needs driven, as you often say.
Yeah.
And the reason is because discipleship, making disciples of all nations, is far bigger than throwing $50 in a plate or at a beggar on the street.
Yeah.
Or even doing a soup kitchen, which is great. Do all of the above. Give your $50, start a soup kitchen, that's great. But discipleship is a whole nother level of engagement by the whole church.
Yeah.
And there's such an exciting acceleration in the church. Not just Freedomhouse, but of course we're at Freedomhouse.
Absolutely.
So we're stirring with these things, and it's stirring us to action.
Yeah.
It's stirring us to step out. We talk about faith. We talk about resource. We talk about, living the life that Jesus, living the God life. Here, Mission Monday. It doesn't matter where we're stepping out, in our squash clubs, in the stores, in the schools, every sphere of life, this multiplication and going is just so exciting.
It's who we are.
God's heart, it's us.
How we want to do it.
And that's it.
Beautiful.
And we're active both at home in Freedomhouse, making sure that things are going well, that we're contributing, that we're generous, that we're I think the issue is participation.
Yeah, so
it's not warming seats on Sunday and, okay, lekker message, Ryan, not so lekker message, Ryan.
Yeah.
Gauging how well that is.
No, we invest our lives in serving and participation.
We're on a mission.
Beautiful.
As a people that God has called, we're on a mission. We're participating in something great. So our lives find significance in the bigger picture.
Yeah.
When we start to live for that, then significance, we start to feel deeply satisfied, and we start to understand.
No, I love it.
So are we wrapping up?
No, we are finishing right now. And I want to say, on behalf of all of us at Freedomhouse, come and join us. This is, again, we don't have it all together. We're not trying to have it all together. We are going on a journey together. And jump on the journey with us. We are looking to multiply healthy things together with you, and we want to live beyond ourselves. So we trust that you join us. Enjoy the journey, because we are having fun.
we definitely are having a lot of fun. Come and join us.
Yeah. Cool, Baz. Love you, bro.
Thanks, bud. Love you. Cheers.
Man.
All I know is I'll buy